I'm sorry. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. I got the damn modem right there. We bought the best internet you can buy in this area. We are an area that does not have that FiOS shit or whatever. So, whatever they call it, high-speed internet access, like super high-speed internet access. It has not come to our area, and I don't know why. But for some odd reason, the first part of all my lives, hi John, hi Pat, for some odd reason, the first part of all my lives, like the first 10 minutes, I got to stop and redo it, and then it's fine after that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. And it kills me because people that were in watching now leave and go somewhere else by the time I get it restarted up. It just sucks. And I highly doubt it's me. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. Thank you, John. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. I think it's a fucking YouTube thing because there's a few times when I upload my videos, the sound doesn't match the words coming out of my mouth. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, it almost makes me think, Dave, that... Hi, Jamie. It almost makes me think like the Bears got some hackers or something. He's fucking up my live streams or something. But anyways, I don't know what you guys saw before we cut out there. Yeah, and John Doe, this shirt, that's going to be like our logo for the Tool channel. My wife designed it. He may not be sticking up his middle finger, but my wife designed it. She drew it. She did all this stuff, and then she put it on a shirt for me. And he's going to be the Tool Squatch. Okay? He's going to be the Tool Squatch. We'll do a couple ones with him holding the drill or hammer or recip saw or something. You know what I mean? And that will be our little shop, our little Tools with Big Josh channel character. And yeah, maybe one of them will have him holding like an 18 gauge rigid brad nailer and he's shooting a brad nail into the bear's head or something. I think that would be funny. Pat, how do you know Den of Tools lost a lot of subs? How do you know that? Please do share, Pat. Because I stopped paying attention to that cocksucker the minute he called my employer. I'm back. It was your internet? I don't know, because I was trying to talk to people and nobody was answering me, so... I don't see the Hypertub impact wrench video. It's not a video. It was a live, Dave, from a few days ago. Go into the live section. It was a live from a few days ago, and it may have gotten cut out, so there may be a take 2 on there. Do you believe Bigfoot is out there? Are you secretly dressing like Bigfoot and walking around the woods? No, John. I am definitely not. I hardly got enough time to go live with you goofballs and talk about tools, let alone putting on a costume and going, you know, frolicking through the frickin' forest. Come on. And do I think Bigfoot is a thing? No, but I think it's cool to talk about. And who doesn't like a tool squatch? Come on. It's way better than a tool bear. I'll tell you that right now. Tool squatch kicks Tool Bear's ass any day of the week. Was this any good, Dave? No, this was dog shit. Straight dog shit. This is straight dog shit, Dave. As it should be for $60 with battery and charger. We may give this away next. This may be the next giveaway. I've only used it twice. It's brand new. 4 amp hour battery and charger. You can have yourself a hyper shit impact wrench. Although this is better than the Skill impact wrench I sent you. To be honest with you. The Skill impact wrench feels better in the hand, but the Skill impact wrench has a little bit more power than this. This is just not good. They tried copying Milwaukee really, really good, and they kind of failed miserably. Even right down to the handle, the battery style. They tried copying Milwaukee pretty good. Even the battery, It's all plastic too. It's cheap plastic too. It's not the nice plastic like Milwaukee uses. But everything's the same. It's got the same goofy tabs. Same 3 prongs down here. All that shit. I will say though, maybe they fixed that issue. Because that's in there pretty good. And it wasn't hard to take it in or out. Where Milwaukee's, when you first get them, they are so hard to take out. And then after you use them for a little bit, they start falling out of the tool. That's the only downside to them M12 tools. They got to figure, but Hyper Tough, now that I'm thinking about it, Hyper Tough maybe figured it out before them. Or copied them and just said, we're just going to add this little tabby up here to latch onto the tool. And I tell you what, there's no play in that. Like if I grab my Milwaukee, hold on guys. What do you guys think about that? Huh? What do you think about the Orange Crush Mafia? What do you guys think about that? Huh, tough guys? Little soldering iron. Maybe we'll bring this out soon. M12 soldering iron. What do we got here? We got a 3 amp hour battery. Oh, these got the little tabbies too. These got the same, yeah, it's the same exact thing. Yeah, see how hard that is to get out of there? There's no play in this one. Ugh. But it is a pain in the ass to get these out sometimes. But once you break it in, it does come out a lot easier. I've had tools, Milwaukee M12 tools, destroy the housing back here. I just got the Flex. Oh, I got the Flex multi-oscillator. What is that, John Doe? What's a multi-oscillator? Do you mean oscillating multi-tool? Is that the OMT, oscillating multi-tool? If that's what you mean, that's a good one. I got that one too. Very good one. Is it the best? No, but it's up there with the best. Derek, I actually just bought a Hyper Tough popping gun. We'll be doing a review of it. Cool. Look forward to it. Just to let you know, Derek, I was your 2nd ever subscriber. Always remember that. Your mom or one of your family members was your 1st subscriber, but Big Josh was your 2nd subscriber. Just remember that. Why are you saying that word for toddlers and handyman? Because you know, that word gets us flagged. Please don't say that word. The G-U-N word, please. Yes. Okay, John Doe. Yes, that is a very, very good one. I would rather use the Rigid. It is a little bit smoother, but what I will say is the Flex oscillating multi-tool has Star Lock. That is awesome. Matter of fact, we'll bring out the oscillating multi-tools I got. The best one for changing blades in and out is the Bosch, because it is completely hands-free. The Star Lock on the Flex, you still got to hold it and then pop it in. The Bosch, you don't have to do it. You just set the blade down on the table, you put the tool on top of it, and it pops right in. Completely hands-free. If that type of system was on the Rigid multi-tool, there wouldn't be a multi-tool out on the market that could touch it. Hyper Tough pop rivet gun. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I was just reading what you wrote. I know. Yeah, but Derek, listen to me. Derek, listen. Listen real close. It's not easy. It's not easy to get noticed on YouTube. People may think it came easy to me because of how quickly I've grown. But I have outworked everybody in the field, and that's not a knock on anybody. You look at the amount of videos I've produced in the last 4 months, and you look at some of the other guys, even huge channels, I'm crushing them on a daily video count every day. I am this close to getting monetized. It's looking like we're going to be monetized in 6 months, but I poured my heart into this thing. My first month or so, my videos were god-awful. Free samples. Josh, I can't stay, bro, because I have horrible diarrhea. Good for you, buddy. Is anybody in here a mod? Does anybody want to be a mod to get rid of retards? Like, let's see. Who do we got in here? I'm pretty sure we got Diligent Dave in here still. Dave, if you're out there, post something in the comments. I'll make you a mod. Dave, I know it's very difficult to stay consistent when you got a full-time job. I got 2 full-time jobs. Trust me, brother, you're preaching to the choir. I know how tough it is. I know exactly how tough it is. But I told myself if I was going to do it, I was going to do it, and I was going to put everything I had into it. There'd be some nights I'd be down here to 3, 4 in the morning making content, and then I had to be up to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then go work a 10-hour day, and then come straight back home, and then do another 3, 4 hours of content. So it's gotten easier the last few weeks here because I've gotten into a groove. But man, them first couple of months, man, it was rough, especially when when you only had 28 subscribers, right? You know what I mean? Since I've started to do moderation now, 13 YouTube channels, I've come across so many people saying weird, forbidden things without them to be sorry. So if you need one, I will be gladly help. I actually got 6 very good moderators, but for some odd reason, not a single one of them are in the comments tonight, which is okay. We got 44 people watching. I appreciate it. Double tap the screen for me. Yes, Pat, I will. Yes, I will. Hey, Pat, are you liking the, for Pat helping us out by loaning us the drill, the rear handle flex saw, and this flex recip saw, I gave Pat the Bosch Freak, and I gave Pat the 10-inch Skill miter saw. Now, most people would have videoed that and made this big production about it. Not me. That's not why I did it. I did it because he's a good kid, and he just got Bosch batteries but had no Bosch tools, so I gave him a Bosch tool that he could start messing around with. And I gave him a miter saw that I wasn't using because it needs a spring. I told him all it needs is a spring. Once he puts the spring in there, it'd be like brand new again because it was only used a few months. Yeah, no dream team so far, Jamie, I know. Yeah, Derek, I get it. Dude, I get everything you guys are saying, man. I do. It wasn't easy for me either. But a lot of people think it was easy because of how fast this channel grew. I mean, I was on... okay, I'll tell you this little story, and then we'll get back into the tools, okay? Pat, I'll tell you in an email, brother. The spring popped out of it, and that's why Skill replaced it. But honestly, if you just take it to like a place that fixes tools, they should be able to fix it really quick for maybe 20, 30 bucks. I would honestly just take it to a guy that knows what he's doing, like a Dr. Left Hand Thread, only here in our area. There's a Stolting tool on Niagara Falls Boulevard in Wheatfield. They fix a lot of stuff like that. Go to Stolting Tool. Stolting Tool and Machine. They fix a lot of lawnmowers, tools, and that type of stuff there. That's where I take all my stuff when I need stuff fixed. Anyways. Do I know Bailey Woodworks? He does wood turning. Yeah, I've heard of him. Somebody said, I want you to lose a finger. I know, people are just assholes. Matthew, am I saying that right? If I butchered it, I'm sorry. But I'll tell you a little story. So the reason why this channel started is because I was on TikTok. And I'm a mechanic, right? But my tools at home were kind of not that good. I didn't have an impact wrench at home in case I needed to change a tire. I just didn't have stuff. So there was this guy doing these videos for Javin. What up, Sarah? There's this guy's doing these videos for Javin, the Chinese company, and it comes with a 2 amp hour battery and charger, an impact wrench. It says it had 800 foot-pounds of nut busting torque. I'm like, wow, that's more than enough than what I need it for. And the guy was showing it, busting every nut off his 1978 Camaro like nothing. And he was advertising, and he was saying, this will bust every nut off your car, no problem. And it was 70 bucks. I said, for at home, it should be good. Brought it home, got it, charged it, took it out to the driveway, tried taking a lug nut off that was torqued on the 90 foot-pounds. The thing never, it impacted once and died. Tried it again, same thing. So I roasted that guy on TikTok and made my very first tool review video on my bowling page because I was so mad. So I was so mad about that I just got swindled out of 70 bucks. I said, I'm never allowing this to happen again to people that are looking to buy tools online. I'm just going to start up my own damn thing, and we'll just see where it goes. Well, I did. I had a bunch of drills, and I started doing drill videos, and they were god-awful. I didn't know how to edit. I still really don't know how to edit, but they were god-awful videos the first month, okay? Then I started getting better editing. I had like 28 subscribers, right? I had like 28 subscribers after that first month. And somehow me and Tools with Souls crossed paths and started talking via text messages and emails. Next thing you know, that Sunday, he's giving me a shout out on his channel. Next thing you know, 28 subscribers went to 300 subscribers. Next thing you know, 300 subscribers went to 800 subscribers. A month later, that turns into 4,000 subscribers. And now we're at 4.5 months in, and we're at almost 8,100 subscribers. So I know what you guys are saying. It's especially hard to justify the time to do these things when you got family, work, and other obligations, especially when you feel like nobody's watching or you feel like it's not growing fast enough. YouTube is a funny thing. It can take forever to grow, or for some odd reason like mine, it can happen like that. And we're not even where I want to be. My goals were, when I started this channel, I wanted to be monetized within 10 months. We're way ahead of schedule. At 10 months, I wanted to have 5,000 subscribers. We're way past that. At 10 months, I wanted to have over 1 million views. We're past that. So I've hit almost every one of my goals. Now it's just time to get monetized, which we're very close to getting monetized. Tool companies are sending me stuff, which I think is awesome. Did you guys see that laser engraver short I posted last night? How cool is that little machine? I tell you what, that's going to take my woodworking game to the next level. I can make these cutting boards and charcuterie boards and coasters, and I can engrave special things in them. I can engrave my name in them. It's just a really neat tool. Hey Josh, do you think the Icon 3/8 is slow? What do you mean by slow? You talking about the ratchet? Yeah, Pat, once you get monetized, every one of your videos starts making money. Yes. It's the same way with people at work. Try to say you have to have a certain brand of tools all the time, and I'm all like, bullshit. And it's not the case, and started watching these. Yeah, exactly, guys. Guys, I wrench for extra money. As you know, I work at Pep Boys. And my favorite impact wrench is the Ridgid. How many professionals are using Ridgid impact wrenches out there? They're not. They're using Snap-on or Milwaukee or DeWalt. Maybe a mixture of Bosch. I have yet to see a Makita tool in a garage, and I've been working in one for 5 years. Okay? So Milwaukee and DeWalt's got, and Snap-on has got the garage industry clamped down. But I got my Ridgid high torque impact wrench with 4 amp hour battery and charger for $100. And I use it every day, and I beat the fuck out of it. And it gets thrown off of lifts, and it drops and falls, and it's got grease and grime all over it. And I've had it now for 1.5 years, and the thing is just as smooth and just as powerful as day one. If it's easier instead of saying it like in French. Yeah, I'm not good with a French accent, brother. Call me Matthew. I was going to call you Matthew, but I didn't want to offend you, so I tried saying it. I'm not that good. Are you from like Quebec or Montreal or something like that? How does Flex compare to Rigid or Milwaukee? Well, John Doe, what tools are we talking about? That's very important. It's not just which brand is better. What tools are we talking about? Nah, probably not tonight, Pat. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. I got to go get some water. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I got this pinched nerve. I got this pinched nerve thing going down, and every once in a while it starts giving me sharp shooting pains down my neck and then down my arm, and I just took some ibuprofen. It's another reason why I think I got to get out of the automotive industry. My body's just too beat up. Ah, there's one of our mods. What's up, Denny? So when you're talking about Flex, Milwaukee, Rigid, they're all good. All three of them brands are very good. But what tool are we talking about? What tool are we talking about? How do I get in the top fans? I think that, I'm not sure, Pat. I think that's just based off of how much you comment, like, all that type of stuff. I'm not sure. That's another thing, guys. I've been doing this a very short time. I don't know all the ins and outs of YouTube. I just make the videos, post them up, and then you guys do the rest. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What is it like living with autism? I wouldn't know. I'm not autistic. I'm from the province of Quebec. Yeah, I thought you were either from Quebec or somewhere in the Montreal area, so that was a pretty good guess, right? Oh, you can see it in my eyes that I'm autistic? Okay. Whatever you say, pal. Yeah, right, Jamie? There's a comment higher from Pineapple that needs to be taken care of. All right, let's see. Pineapple. I try to ignore these idiots. $70 placing my order now. I don't see it. Who cares? My dad sent me an article about how a 60-year-old mechanic talked about how he had the body of an 80-year-old to convince me not to do it. Yeah, I know. People don't understand. And then, guys, let's be realistic. I'm 6'7", 300 some odd pounds. None of them lifts go up high enough for me to stand under. None of them. So I'm constantly slouching, constantly doing this. That's why I got all these pinched nerves. And golly, it's just taking a toll on me. It's taking a huge toll. These tires, guys, every car today comes with 18s or bigger on it. There is no more size 15-inch tires or 16-inch tires. Size 17-inch tires are going bye-bye. They're all 18s, 19s, and 20s, and even 22s. All these trucks and SUVs, they're all 20-inch tires. They all weigh about 100 pounds apiece. It's one thing if you're only doing 4 of them a day, but when you're doing hundreds of tires a day and you're flinging around these heavy-ass tires and you're carrying them around everywhere, it beats you down. What can you do about a pinched nerve? Well, they like to give you steroids for some odd reason. But really not much. You got to go get like rubbed down, chiropractors. But I've never been to a chiropractor in my life. I've only went and gotten massages twice when the pinched nerve was so bad. It was hurting so bad that I couldn't even, we were out in Reno 2 years ago bowling the national tournament at the National Bowling Stadium. And the morning of us going the bowl, like we had the bowl at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I woke up that morning and I could barely get out of bed. I got in, got a deep tissue massage, they worked it out, went and bowled, and it was fine for a little bit. Yeah, I know, okay, you got a Kia Soul, you got 16-inch tires, but what I'm trying to tell you is there ain't too many cars that have those. Look at all the 2024s, 2025 cars, 2023s, all the SUVs. They're all 18s, 19s, and 20-inch tires. Trust me, I know. I do it for a living. If you got a 2011 something, then yeah, you're probably going to have a 16-inch tire on it. But how many 2010, 2011 cars are coming in? There ain't too many of them anymore. That's my point. Yes, 18 to 22. Yes, you're right, nobody. Yeah, massage therapy. Yeah, that. But you know what? Massages cost a lot of money, and guess what? They're not covered by insurance. So, they go get one of them deep tissue massages for 90 minutes, 100 minutes. It's like 150, 200 bucks, and you got to tip the. I mean, you're in half a week's paycheck. I hurt my neck doing tires on my dad's truck. My mom goes to the chiropractor on Main Street in Williamsville, and it helps her. Yeah, I know. It's just, it's a young person's game. It's just a young person's game, and I got to start facing facts that I'm no longer a young person. Today, one of my friends sent me a picture from back in the day. And if I could take my phone out and show you, but I can't because we're live with it, maybe I'll post that picture up on our channel in the post section. I'm looking at this picture from like 17, 18 years ago, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what happened to that guy? That guy wasn't afraid of anything. That guy didn't have a worry in the world. It's amazing what 15 years will do to you. What up, Jimmy? What did you miss? Not much. We're just talking about, we were talking about recips and about hyper shit and how horrible this thing is and how they're trying to say listen, there are hyper tough fanboys, okay? There are a ton of hyper tough Walmart fanboys. And that's fine. If that's what they use, that's fine. But don't come on my channel saying that this is just like this, but for 1/8 of the price. It's not. I proved it. It's not. This doesn't have this, where you can change the settings with your trigger. This is one of the most innovative tools of our time. This makes my life easier at work. This is such a great tool. I own 2 of them, one for home and one for work. That's how great this tool is. And even though it's compact, I don't hate it. Usually I hate compact shit. But see, my finger is not on that selector. There is enough room for my big ass hand to get in there. This, on the other hand, sucks. It's got that weird ramp up. Thank you, Denny, for deleting that Down syndrome guy. Down syndrome Jesus. What a great guy he is. His name is Down syndrome Jesus, and he's talking about me having a tiny, you know what. Buddy, it's not that important. We're talking about tools, not your sex life, buddy. Okay? Okay. Now that we've had that discussion. I got the 3/8. I like the 3/8. The 1/2 inch, it really doesn't matter. You're just able to put 1/2 inch sockets on it. That's all. It's the same amount of power. I got both of mine are 3/8 anvils because I like using the smaller sockets too. You know, because if you're trying to get in the tight spaces and stuff, them smaller sockets come in handy. I just went and bought the compact version of Milwaukee sockets. It needs to be combined with, and cryo makes the body react, but the massage therapy combined. You know what, too, Matthew? You know, I don't drink as much water as I should, and I admit that. I've been trying to be better. That's why I started buying it by the gallon, and I try to drink half of this a day. It doesn't always work out that way, but, you know, I don't know. It's just tough. It's just tough. To hydrate, I know a better way, Josh. Oh yeah, how's that one? Yeah, the parking lot. If you are a Inside Track member, the parking lot sale started today for you. I went in there. You want to know why? Because all their gloves were 50% off, and every time they're 50% off, I buy boxes and boxes of them. Yeah, you really don't. I mean, yes and no. But just because most of them come 1/2 inch anvils, like the bigger impact guns and stuff, most of my stuff is 1/2 inch. But I do got 3/8 inch impact sockets just for my stubby. Just for my stubby. That stubby, it'll take off the skid plates. It will take off lug nuts if you need it to. It will take off any rotted out brake bolts and all that type of stuff. Nice, Sayer got his channel back. That's good. It has its good points. Bauer tools aren't one of them. Nope, definitely not. I got a few Bauer tools, and they're not good. The planer, the Bauer planer, the handheld edge planer, one of the worst tools I've ever used in my life. So, when you're talking recip saws, right? These guys right here invented this tool, okay? But listen. Feel how rattly that is? You hear how rattly that is? Okay? Milwaukee's got to step their game up. I mean, the tool that they invented, they're getting lapped by other guys. I mean, come on. Now listen to this. Has way more power and it's nowhere near as rattly. That comment about the Bauer planner is in the background of Sayers' cartoon short. Is it? Is it really? I didn't even notice that. Whoever makes the electric box cut-out attachment needs to make one for Starlink. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. They probably do have it. I bet you there's a couple of different people who make that. I can almost guarantee you can go online and find one. I'll go back and look at it, Denny. Nah, I'm not giving away my Bauer tools, buddy. What I do is I give them away to kids and stuff. There's a local trade school up the street here, and whatever I don't use or feel like I'm never going to use again, content-wise, or using it in the field, I give it away to those kids. Love my Flex fan. Yeah, I got the Flex fan. It's a great fan. It's a little bit big and heavy, but it packs some power. What up, Roosh? There he is. That's what I thought, Roosh. That's what I thought. I knew YouTube was not giving out the notifications when I went live. I think the bear had so many people report my channel that something's going on with my channel with that. Because we used to get over 100 people for my lives, and now we're barely getting 20 and 30. Because people's there's somehow the notification thing ain't working. I've tested it a few times. Pet is very smart for a kid. Very smart kid. Until he says stuff like the Bauer brush is the best. Yeah, if you guys can double tap the screen, that'd be great. But I'm kind of excited to test this. I tell you what, it's already night and day difference over the Milwaukee. Listen, you hear how much play's in there? You hear how much play's in that? There's a tiny bit of play, but nothing like the Milwaukee, dude. That Milwaukee, I don't know why the hell they got that much play in the articulating shoe. This happens for other guys' channels from time to time. Yeah, I don't get it. Does the Milwaukee recip blade holder always go back inside the hole? Well, yep. Then that's the blade holder. Huh. Oh, we'll have to test that out. I haven't used this that much. I've used this a total of twice since I've had it because I hate it. I hate this. I hate big recip saws. I hate them. I'd rather use the one-hand saber saws or one-hand recip saws. I just think they're easier to use. I think they get the job done just fine. They're just more of a, they're not as rattly and vibrating. I think it's definitely a better mousetrap, so to say. So I've hardly ever used this. But I will say, comparing, and the Flex is more compact. When have you ever heard that about a Flex tool? The Flex is about 3 or 4 or 5 inches shorter than the Milwaukee here, the Milwaukee Fuel. Yeah, Rigid's got good stuff, Pat. Yes, guys, parking lot sale, Harbor Icon sockets, are all 40% off this week, guys. Get your butts in there. They're more than good enough sockets to get what you need done. I have them at my job, and I use them every day without any issues. Want to know a dirty secret? Best demo blade for Sawzalls? A bimetal blade. Okay. Denny of Fools. Also, if Metabo gets returned to a store that doesn't carry 18 volt, they put it in the clearance area. Really? Yeah, look it. There it is. Orange Crush Mafia. Rigid 3/8 subcompact right angle impact is half off, only $100 at my local Home Depot. And that is a very good, the impact stick you're talking about, that's probably the best one on the market. Yeah, ain't that funny, nobody? Yeah, I'll return it. Wait till they put it on clearance for half off and then pick it up. Oh, that's some funny shit there. So look at this, guys. So you guys have noticed this shirt, but nobody's commented on this shirt that I'm wearing. Now, if you look closely, I'll get you in on the action here. That is going to be the Tools with Big Josh, like, character logo. It's the Tool Squatch. The Tool Squatch. And he's not a happy Tool Squatch. He's kind of mean and angry, and he wants to kill you. Okay, he's ready to go bear hunting. Okay? All right? Now, we may not use him with the middle finger up, but we'll have like a drill in his hand over here, maybe a square in his hand over there. And yeah, Christina made this as well. She drew all this and then put it on a t-shirt. Maybe we'll make a t-shirt with the Tool Squatch with a rigid 18 volt, 18 gauge brad nailer shooting a brad nail into a bear's head or something. I think that would be funny. What's there say? Just buy rigid Bosch and Metabo HBT. You'll never need another brand for life. Drill in one hand, bear head in the other. That's a good one. That's a good one. Bauer Brushed is the only brand anyone needs to invest in. Woo! That's a bold statement. That's a bold statement, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Oh, shit. Blame Souls. Should always blame Souls. Hell, he was talking about, I don't know, you guys were all on the live stream last night. I guess I'm a freaking salad shooter. Thanks to my wife. You know, she's like flooding my activities now. I think you guys like Christina more than me. There's Souls. We were just talking about the salad shooter and he shows up. We got these in today from Hystronica. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're crimping. The crimping tool. First impressions. Feels a little weird. But we'll give it its fair shake. We'll go get some wires and some stuff and we'll crimp them. I guess the idea is pretty cool, this ratcheting thing here. But I don't know. I'm not an electrician either, so. Fuck off, Souls. She's definitely Puerto Rican approved. It's because she talks that language. That's why. Hey, Souls, look at this thing. How garbage is this thing compared to this? And that's on the low setting. This thing is such trash. This may be our next giveaway, guys. Would any of you guys want a Hyper Tough impact wrench, 12 volt? I probably tried to give that away, and probably nobody would participate in the giveaway, to be honest with you. Nobody needs a hyper tough 3/8 impact 12 volt impact wrench. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs this tool. Trust me, nobody needs this tool. It may be a want, but nobody needs it. What did I do with the Hercules ratchet? We destroyed it. We torture tested it, and I'm going to be honest with you, those videos were some of my highest viewed, highest comment videos on my channel's history. But I didn't like how either somebody loved it or somebody absolutely hated it so much that they said some really nasty things and it just wasn't worth it. So my plan was to get another one and do it a different way. Problem is they've been out of stock in my area for weeks. For weeks. So I haven't been able to go get one. I tried to pick one up. I thought it was a 3/8 inch. I got it home. It was a 1/4 inch. I talked to my master tech at Pep Boys. He said he never uses 1/4 inch because I wanted him to use it in an everyday setting, and we were going to kind of video him using it every day and seeing how it held up and all that type of stuff. So if he wasn't going to use a 1/4 inch ratchet, then I took it back. So I'm waiting for him to come in. What's up, Chrome? Sayers channel. I bet you can see. Oh, God. We're 2 steps higher than Hyper Tough, and it will last 5 years, not 5 months. One, that's my specialty, if you haven't figured it out yet. No, I won't give it to anybody. If we do anything, I'll do a giveaway again. I'll do a contest or something again. One, my wife is a raging liberal, okay? She is on the blue side, but she's not super crazy far left. But I don't like talking about politics. So the answer to your question is, do I not like liberals? No. I'm married to one. She has some different views on stuff than I do, but does that come in the middle of our relationship and our love for each other? It never has, and it never will. Because you want to know why? When it comes right down to it, whether you're a liberal, a right-winger, a Trumper, a Joe Bidener, an Obama person, it doesn't matter. Just remember this, guys. They all cheat the system. Every one of them. Some more than others, but they all cheat the system. Be grateful I didn't point out that the short from the bug, Josh, is BJ. The short from the bug, Josh. What does that mean, Souls? Is BJ. What does bug Josh mean? Yes, exactly, Sharush. Exactly. I could care less where your politics come from. I could care less. It's never been a part of me deciding whether you're a good person or not. Yeah, whatever. I'll make that Hyper Tough into a 1/4 inch. Let's see. 199J only, 18 volt, brushless cordless for blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know. That's a great deal. If you don't have it, pick it up because it's the best impact wrench on the market. Without a doubt. Best impact wrench on the market. The rigid, 4-mode, high torque impact wrench. 1000%. No, we're not going down this curry and salads and whatever the hell happened last night. We're not going down that road. Because all I did, people, Juan said, was talking to me talking about some salad bar. And I replied the one and said, I hate salads. Next thing you know, it's the next 45 minutes of let's get Josh. He's a salad tosser. We're sending him a salad shooter. What else was said? Let's see. Something about 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. I mean, it went to a place where I don't even know why it went there. It's all fucking Juan and Christina's fault. I told Christina she can't come on any of the lives for a while. She's grounded. It's, where is it? Where is it? I had it up there. Oh, the shirt's covering it. The shirt's covering it. Look at this, guys. Isn't that cool? You stick your 10 mil and your 13 mil in there, and you break the glass when you need it. Like the old fire, where you got the hatchet with the glass, break the glass, hit the fire alarm, grab the hatchet or whatever and the hose. Pat made that. That's a good deal. $179 for $2904 with a 5.0 battery. That's a great deal. Because I paid $199 bare tool for mine. I wasn't yelling at her. She embellishes. I just looked at her and said, see, this is all your fault. Congratulations. I got myself a 12-inch Timberlock to show how the Gen 2 Metabo Compact drives it in Speed 2. Okay. Yes, this would be a good Christmas gift. I think we're going to start selling these with a 10 mil and a 13 mil socket in there. Matter of fact, let's... All right, Pat, here we go, buddy. We're going to put it to the test. You got your basic Icon sockets. Let's see, 10 mil. Oh, shit. Oh, this is for only 1/4-inch sockets, Pat. You need to do it for 3/8. But it will still give you an idea. You got your 10 and your 13 mil. And then you hang that up on the wall. I thought it was cool. That kid makes some pretty good, cool stuff. We also got the tool holders that he makes. I just got to figure out how to show it. And he doesn't want me to show them yet because he's not ready to mass produce them. So we'll wait till Pat's ready to mass produce those. I swear, if it goes in the prison pocket, I'm leaving. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. We are going to try and sell it. Pat's going to make them. We're going to push it. I think this would be a cool Father's Day gift. I think it'd be a cool little, like, stocking stuffer, like one of them gag gifts. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I know. I saw all them deals today, nobody. They're really good deals. They got a 2-pack of 4-amp-hour batteries for $99. That's crazy good. I almost bought that today. But I'm thinking to myself, why do I need 4-amp-hour regular batteries? I got 4-amp-hour max output batteries. I got 4-amp-hour tabless cell batteries. What do I need 4-amp-hour 18650 cell batteries? You don't have to sell anything. I just thought it was cool that the kid made these. And if people wanted them, they could hit them up. Trying to support a local Boy Scout who does some pretty cool stuff. Trust me. It's not because I want to get rich. It's months to help him out. So what do you guys like? You guys like the Orange Crush t-shirts? What do you think? You think if I sold those up there, Rigid would get pissed at me? I think they would get super pissed. But hey, it's not my fault they don't know how to market. Like, why is Milwaukee the #1 powerhouse? It's not because their tools are necessarily the best of all time. They are good tools, and they know how to market to their clientele. I don't know why Rigid can't do the same thing. They're all under the same umbrella. Ryobi. Why is Ryobi kind of killing it? Because they market to their DIY clientele, and they know how to do it with all these goofy little gadget tools that nobody else in their right mind would use, but some, housewife with 10 kids will use it all day long. Should sell shirts, but you would need to agreement with them, yeah. Or we could just put Orange Crush Mafia on it and not even have the Rigid name on it, and the people that know what it means, the people know. And then we can start our own little movement. Laugh out loud, John Doe won't be the first cease and desist he's got. Exactly. I've gotten quite a few cease and desist since I've started this channel. And I think Clint from Total Retard Zone called me out today on one of his videos too, without calling me out. But I'll leave that to your interpretation there. Orange Crush Mafia, OCM. I'm also making part-time professional shirts, PTP. Now, if I sold those shirts, I don't got to worry about some company coming after me because I came up with that fucking saying. I'm going to trademark that shit. Lots of people watch Total Retard Zone Souls, but I was just scrolling through and he said he got scammed. Somebody was pretending to be him and then getting free tools sent to their house because they were pretending to be him. And as he was talking in his video, he was all like, as a bigger channel, you get all kinds of shit. You get assholes calling you out in the comments. You get smaller content creators who want to start a beef with you so that they can grow their own channel the scumbag way. And I'm thinking, and then he stops and looks at the camera and goes, you know who you are. Right? And I'm thinking to myself, I've never really mentioned him, but is this motherfucker talking about me? Like, that's what starts going through my head. Oh, you'd be surprised. They get free tools? There's a lot of scumbags out there that would do that. Did you see that, nobody? I know, I saw that too. He is a loser. And then in the whole video, he's all like, we get about 150 emails a day of companies wanting to send us tools, and we turn down 99.5% of it because I don't want to be bothered with shitty tools and blah, blah, blah. And then I was thinking to myself, no, he turns down 99% of it because they won't pay him. You better believe if there was a check in the mail with those tools, he'd be doing a fucking video on it. Let's just call it what it is. Maybe I should go get a Bat Ray. Or, that's nice like. That's not nice like. That's not nice like. Fucking retard. Ask him about Flex. Why? He's done Flex videos. Didn't he hate Flex? Didn't he say, I will never use a Flex tool? And then what? A few months later, these Flex tools are amazing. You want to know why? Because they paid you. No, we're not talking about the Dick Hole Bear. We're talking about Total Retard Zone. Total Retard Zone. I shouldn't do that. That's not nice. Because that makes fun of good people that have an issue. So, I'm sorry. That's not nice. Because I work with a lot of kids that have special needs in bowling and stuff, and I shouldn't be doing that. That's not nice. Yeah, I know. That's exactly why he started doing flex stuff. There was a time he said he would never bring flex to his channel. I know. And then next thing you know, every tool's amazing and nice like. It's real nice like. I got my buddy over at VCG, and I got this alter ego guy too, and they got all these bat rays. When I listen to his fucking videos, I want to throw Hooked on Phonics at him. Like a CD from back in the day, Hooked on Phonics. Here, you motherfucker. Watch this for an hour so you know how to talk. Harry Kidd was hidden by learning with one. I can only imagine what Harry Kidd said. Yeah, that's the problem with these big channels. Somewhere along the way, they lost their way. And they took the money over the integrity and the truth. I'm all for making money off of YouTube. Listen, it takes a lot of effort, especially guys, Tools with Souls. I'm even going to say it. Even the Dena Tools and Total Tool Zone and Shop Tool Reviews and VCG and Man Caver, I can go on, right? It takes a lot of work to grow it to that point. Like an immense amount of work, okay? So much work you don't even know how much work it is. This little 8,000 subscriber channel takes up so many hours of every day. It's a lot of work. So I'm all for if people can make a buck on YouTube. You can still make a buck and be honest, though. Come on. You can still tell the company, sure, I'll review it. Sure, if it's good, I'll try to push it a little bit for you so I make a little bit of a commission. Sure, I'll take your money, but you're not going to tell me what my review's going to be. That's what I do. Scener batteries, perfect example. Yes, Sayer, you don't have to sell out to make money. Exactly. Scener batteries, when they contacted me, I told them absolutely not. I said, you do not want to send me those batteries because I am very hard on replacement battery companies. I think they're horrible. I think they're dangerous. I think they're downright stupid and shouldn't even be out on the market. And they said, well, why is that? So I told them the problems I had with them. And they emailed me back and said, listen, we're not here trying to tell you what to say. Just let us send you the tools. We stand behind our product and give them an honest shake. And then post whatever you want to post. I said, okay, if you truly mean that, then send them. And then they sent them, and they have been pretty good. They have been pretty good. Are they great? No, but they've been pretty good. They've been pretty good for a $50 battery. I cannot lie. We got a long format video coming out of how many screws and stuff and holes it can drill before it dies. We're going to try and heat up the battery packs on them to see if they can last all day, everyday work. We're going to do some kind of torture testing to them. And then, if everything goes good, then we're going to open up one of the batteries and see what type of cells they got in them. Don't cut yourself short. You're moving that thing too much. Careful. What are you talking about, Juan? Elaborate on what you're trying to say. Don't say it in code. Just come right out and say it. Was I a past smoker? Never. I've never smoked a cigarette a day in my life. Really? The Snap-on battery's that bad? What type of cells are... Oh, I don't want to ruin your video. Never mind. Never mind, Souls. You can text me it later on, what type of cells they are. I don't want to ruin your video. No, Juan, I've never smoked a cigarette a day in my life. I'll be fine. What you guys don't know is I used to be a chef, and I used to use knives way bigger than this, and I used to, okay? So, I've never once cut myself either. I've never cut myself with a knife. So, I don't think I'm going to start tonight. I know you are, Juan. All good. My neighbor keeps his DeWalt, including power stacks, in his hot garage in Florida, and they are still going. Yeah. Is this the fastback? No. This is just a regular pocket knife that Milwaukee makes. I'll show you the fastback, though. Well, I got the Klein one in front of me. So this is like the Klein version of the fastback. Okay? It's got the nice little screwdriver on the end of it. But the only thing I hate about it is the Milwaukee one, it's a double-sided thing where you got a flat and a Phillips, okay? The Klein only gave you a Phillips. So it's a little screwdriver on the end of it, right? I don't like how you have to press this thing to put it back in. I really don't like the Klein one. It feels a little bit better in your hand, but it's pretty much the same thing as the Milwaukee. It's just a utility knife. Let me see if I got a Milwaukee one laying around. I probably do. This is the fastback. Now, as you can tell, I have already lost the screwdriver part to it. Wah, wah, wah. It already fell out somewhere, and I don't know where it went. So that's a fail. This, see what I mean? It's pretty much the same thing as the Klein one. The only difference, see, Milwaukee's got this goofy thing here. Not the best to hold on to it with. Just not the best. It's also got the wire cutter in there, as you can see. The Klein also has that. The Klein is a little bit better to hold. But this feels a little bit better made. This feels kind of cheap. You got a lot of play here. You got a lot of play here. You do not have a lot of play in the Milwaukee. Like, there's not that much play. Watch this. This has a ton of play. Look at that. Look at that. And they're the same price, I think. I think they're like 12, 13 bucks. It's not that there's nothing great about it. It's just really nice because you can pop the blades in and out really quick. Them old utility knives were kind of a pain in the ass to change the blades out. And then this is just a regular pocket knife. I actually show kids Sayer's channel and say, don't be like him. Let's see what Kansas says. Sorry, I missed it. Can you switch the clip to the other side for lefties? I think you can. Why couldn't you? You just take that screw out, and then you just flip everything on the other side there. I don't know. I'm not a lefty, so I never tried. It never even crossed my mind because I'm not a lefty. This one, I don't think you can. This one is a definite no, I think. Or maybe you can. It's like inside of the clip there. I don't know. It never crossed my mind. Yes, very good for scoring drywall. Does it cover the button? Yeah, it would cover the button. You're right. So I guess no, because it covers the button. See, I don't think about this stuff because I'm not a lefty, and I despise lefties. Because in the bowling world, lefties are evil. Truth be told, I can't stand kids. Oh, what gave that away, Souls? That makes perfect sense, Souls. You're a lefty. Yeah, let's go. So is my wife. I would still want to run you over with a dump truck if I had to bowl you because you're left-handed. That's how much I despise lefties. Parker Bone III came into one of my live chats one time. He's a Hall of Fame bowler, maybe the 5th best player, top 5 player of all time on the PBA, right? He came into my channel and was talking back and forth, right, with me, and I'm like, we were talking and we started going on the righty-lefty thing, and people are like, well, why are you making fun of him? Because he's a lefty. And I said, well, if you don't know, you don't know. And then Parker replied in the comments, he just thinks he knows it all because he's a righty. So there is that left-right rival thing in bowling. So that's where that comes from. Listen, a salad shooter is a tool that people use to make a salad. That is not Big Josh. I am Big Josh. I am not a salad shooter. Okay? See this, souls? See this? There you go. There's your sign, buddy. There it is. There's your sign. That's why I wore the shirt tonight. So anybody talking shit, they can just look at my shirt. There you go. Have a fun time with the tool, Squatch. Telling you go fuck yourself. Souls, you're a nasty motherfucker. That's all I gotta say. I'm so glad. I will say this. I'm happy. Yeah. Couldn't even spell it right. You're so giddy right now. You're just typing so fast to get it out that you didn't even spell it right. Or your salad shoots. Now I'm a salad shoot. But I will say, if the butt of the joke is on me, I'm okay with that. Because you want to know what? I've never seen Souls laugh as much as he did last night. Ever. In any one of his videos or lives, never seen him laugh that much. I thought you were a lefty, Souls. Sweaty ball sack was hidden by Den of Fools. What the fuck? There are some weirdos that come into these, huh, guys? Milwaukee or Makita? Definitely Milwaukee. Makita is junk. Do I know Mike Oxmail? No, I don't, Alex. I'm laying down and the TV is on my left. Oh, Pat's back. I think there was a live back in the Toxin House about a year ago where Souls had to get up and walk around because he was laughing so much. I don't know. I didn't see that. All I know is I've been watching Souls for about 8-9 months now, every day for 8 or 9 months, and I have never seen him laugh that much. Ever. Dung Chain makes Viver tools. I got a few good Viver tools, guys. Like, their track saw is pretty damn good. I got no complaints, but the only thing I guess the track saw could be better at, number one, the blade it comes with is pure junk. If you do buy a Vevor track saw, throw the blade in the trash and go get a real track saw blade for it, a nice one. I didn't even really get a nice one. I got a Milwaukee one because that was the only one I could get. It still performed way better than whatever the hell they gave me. And it's corded. I hate corded tools. I hate that fucking cord. Because not only do you got the vacuum hooked up to it for dust collection, right? Which the dust collection does suck on the Vevor. Horrible dust collection. But you got the vacuum hooked up to it for dust collection. Then you got that stupid cord. Then it gets caught on the track and all that type of stuff. Good morning in Russia. Yeah, Vevor isn't bad. I mean, they got some, don't get me wrong, they probably got some fucking shitty tools. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, the couple of ones that I've gotten in, that track saw, for 84 bucks with the track, you're going to find it really hard to find a saw that good for 84 bucks with the track. Let's just put it in context. The Milwaukee track alone is $109. To buy the Milwaukee track, just the track, is $109. You're getting the track and the saw for $84. Did I say this is more powerful than the Skill? No. Yeah, actually, I probably did say it was a pinch more powerful than the Skill. The Skill doesn't have much power, but the Skill is definitely better to hold. And the Skill also has, I only used a 2 amp hour battery in the Skill. This has got a 4, so maybe that's why it's a pinch more powerful. The Skill is better made, in my opinion. This is just very cheap feeling. The batteries are very cheap feeling. Not a good tool, Dave. Isn't it better to get Festool instead of Milwaukee? Absolutely not. Nope. I'm not a Festool hater, but their tools at their prices are not God. And my Bosch sanders are some of the smoothest, less vibrating sanders I've ever used for a quarter of the price, maybe an eighth of the price. No, Milwaukee does just fine. DeWalt, Bosch, Flex. Hell, I'll even go, you got Rigid. Hell, if you're a woodworker, Hercules is good. Maybe not for sanders. I haven't tested a Hercules sander. Maybe we'll do that next. Maybe we'll get a Herc sander and we'll put it up against the other sanders. But no, Festool is way overpriced. Their tools are not... Why? Because they come in a nice little white box? I'm sorry, I'm not on the Festool train. I used that freaking track saw for $84, and guess what? It cuts through my maple. It cuts through all the hardwoods that I cut through for cutting boards just fine. Just fine. Yeah, DeWalt doesn't have a belt sander, then get a Rigid, or get a Milwaukee, or get a Bosch, or get a Metabo, or get a Flex. Whatever Flex may not have a belt sander yet either, now that I think about it. The Bluetooth batteries is genius, though. Why is it genius? Why is a Bluetooth battery genius? Because Rigid did Bluetooth batteries back in the Octane line. So how is that a genius thing? For me personally, like the Hilti tool I lent, the Hilti drill I lent Souls, that's got all that goofy stuff built into the battery so that you know that your battery's operating at a healthy level and all that type of stuff. I ain't never used any of that shit. I'm here to work on a project. I'm not here to hook up my battery to my phone. I mean, I'm just not. I'm also not a contractor who's trying to keep track of all these tools going out. So that's my point of view. Yeah, so the Bosch has done that. Bro, here, don't believe me? Bosch has done that, dude. Bosch has had this for years. Rigid had it. Milwaukee's got it with one key. So Festool is not genius. Look, this is the 1330 World's Strongest Drill, right? See this right here? See how it says 4560 and then this other one? Well, see this chip? There's a chip inside of here. I bought the chip, okay? I'll fucking show you. Hold on. Of course. Why would that work? Oh, fuck. Where's my big one now? All right. They are selling batteries that don't actually attach to the tool? What? Then how does it power the tool? Yes, they're used. Thank you, Kansas. But here, watch. This is where the chip goes, right? You gotta specially order that chip. I did. I ordered it from Ohio Power Tool. It took about 3 months to come in, by the way. Okay? And then there's a Bosch app that's on my phone. I can't show you because I'm using my phone. And then that third angle there, See how you got the 45 to 60 and then the third angle? You can customize that to any angle you want. And when you're at that angle, see how that's blinking like that? Once you get to that angle, this turns green. I just don't have it set up so that you're drilling exactly at 45. You're drilling exactly at 60. You're drilling exactly at 22 degrees. You could also go in the app and change the settings of RPMs and stuff. But why would I ever do that? You got a variable speed trigger. You know what I do? I leave it in drill mode and I use my trigger. Depending on how much power I need. And once in a while I use the clutch when needed. Yes, it's cool. It is very cool. But I'm telling you right now, I bought the chip. Ever since I've had the chip, I haven't even messed with it. I messed with it one time and I started getting frustrated with it. And I put it down and I never tried it again. Because it's not that easy to set up. It's more of a pain in the ass than anything. So I don't know how that's genius from Festool. It's not genius. Other companies have already had that technology. DeWalt has it. They got chips now that go in the tools. They go in your 1007 and stuff. They all have it. It's not that big of a deal. Just seems like a massive headache. It can be, yeah. It is a great drill without the chip. And if I'm probably not doing it right. But I think you got to program it every time you use it. Because I've had this program where I had it working, then I set it down, came back the next day, and it's like you had to reprogram it. It wouldn't do it again. So they got a lot of work to do before this becomes, like, really good. Makita is like the bear. Okay. I don't know what all those emojis mean, Pat. Juan is under Kansas. That's working. Makita sucks. See that battery right there? Where am I going? See that battery right there? That's a Makita battery. But I don't own a Makita tool. I tried out one Makita tool and I never tried another one again. Yo, it's Tactics. Well, look, I mentioned Makita and Tactics comes running in the door. Those things are for woodworkers who look at their work like they've created life itself and think it's because they use Festool. I know. Guess what? A rigid sander can get the job done. A DeWalt sander. Vevor track saw. This, that, and that. Just like the saw stops. The saw stops. Why would I pay thousands of dollars for a saw stop? Why? So it can destroy my fucking blade on me? I have never gotten my hand anywhere close enough to the blade of my table saw to feel like I'm going to fucking stick my finger through the goddamn table saw. When you respect the tool, you don't get hurt. And I'll be damned if I'm paying $3-4 grand for a fucking table saw. My little Milwaukee table saw does just fine. They're only $220 for a 5-year-old tool. Yeah, I know. Aren't they great? Kansas is so small, his desk is from Kids R Us. No, it's Toys R Us. He's got one of them little Fisher-Price plastic tables. It won't be required. That will never happen. And even if they did do it, what are they going to do? Inspect everybody's house that has a table saw from whatever, a few years ago that doesn't have it? then they can pay for it to be in my table saw. But I've watched them saw stops on videos. The guy's hand is nowhere near the blade. And the thing just goes tush, and it destroys your... Them blades are not cheap, guys. Destroys your $150 blade. And his hand was nowhere near the blade at all. Kids RS was for kids 3 and under. Correct you if you're wrong? Okay, go ahead. Technically, isn't setting the chuck... Hold on. Setting the chuck on max setting that isn't drill mode auto stop? No. No. My dad has a rigid radial... God damn it. There's some words I can't pronounce. That's one of them. Arm saw. I got the set up, and it hasn't been used in 15 years. Your dad's got a rigid one? I'll buy it. No fucking... I'll buy it. Me and Souls have been talking about this. I've been trying to find a rigid one, but I couldn't find a rigid one. Oh, you're talking about these? The clutch settings? I don't know, the way he said it kind of confused me. But anyways, Pat, let me know how much you want. Souls, is that rigid radial or arm saw? Were those good? I know they're amazing, but I showed you a few of them. I showed you a Ryobi and I showed you an older Craftsman. You kind of told me the pass. Would that rigid one be good? Which one do you got, Pat? Because if you guys ain't using it, I'll take it off your hands. One, I think it would make good content. And two, I could do some pretty... I would buy the rigid. Okay, Souls. And I could do some pretty cool stuff with that saw woodworking-wise. I haven't seen one in my area, Kansas. Maybe in your area there is one, but I've been looking for a few months now. As Souls, I've been sending them pictures of them, of the ones that are available in my area. I'm not driving 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. If it's not within an hour radius, I don't even bother. Yeah, send me a picture, Pat, and then talk to your dad and let me know how much. But I'm just telling you, the ones that are on Marketplace that are comparable are going for like 50 to $100. So be careful on the price on me. But if you guys don't want it anymore, I'll give you more than what it's worth because that's how much I want it. Everything I see is in the Kansas City area. Yeah. I'm not driving to Kansas City to go get a saw. But I tell you what, I see that saw being used at Home Depot all the time, and it's very interesting to me. Although, that would not be coming down in the basement. That would be staying in the garage. Way too big, way too heavy. But why are people afraid of it? I don't get it. I mean... when you're using the miter saw, right, Souls, you're coming down and then that way. Well, what's the difference if you're just pulling it towards you or away from you on the radial? I don't get why people are afraid of it. If you use it properly, you shouldn't be afraid of it, right? Kickback is bad. Yeah, but kickback is bad on a table saw, right? I mean, kickback on, thank God, knock on wood, I've never had a kickback on my table saw. But I also take my time, and I make sure I'm looking at the fence when I'm cutting, and all that stuff. I don't know how to use a regular, I can't say that fucking word. Radial arm saw. God, it just doesn't flow off my tongue. I don't even know how to use one properly, but I sure as shit would learn real quick if I got one. Had a classmate in high school kick so hard it broke the saw off the rails. They are dangerous, but so is everything else. Yeah. The RAS will only kick back if you have the wrong blade. They need a 5-degree negative curve. Can you still buy blades for those saws, or did companies stop making them? Hey, John Doe, go fuck yourself. Yes, you can buy them. Okay. I have an old Steelers Craftsman stationary table saw. That was my dad's, and I like it. Yeah, Craftsman back in the day made some good stuff. I got an old Craftsman recip saw in there, and it beat out the new Craftsman recip saw. How crazy is that? So they are available. Well, that's good, because I didn't want to buy a saw and not have to buy the blade. Tools with Soul is true. That's why I like how-to series. You got to show people the right way. Even most pros don't know the correct way to use many tools. I have seen a router tables take, yeah. Routers are fucking dangerous, guys. Nobody really talks about it. But if you're not paying attention with a router, you can... My father-in-law, Christina's dad, got fucked up really good from a router. And like whenever I'm using a router, Christina freaks out because she had to rush her dad to the hospital that day. That's how bad it fucked him up. It fucked him up. He lost a lot of blood. So whenever I'm using a router, she's always like freaking out. So I don't even tell her anymore like that I used the router tonight or anything. I just don't say nothing because it kind of freaks. She doesn't even want me using one. I'm like, babe, but I gotta use it. Like, I gotta round edges. I gotta, I gotta use it. Like, he wasn't paying attention and it got into his hand and it went right up his arm. Fucking tore his whole shit, tendons out and everything, man. They had him in surgery for a long, long time to repair that arm and hand. And it never worked right after. He retired shortly after that. Right, it's spinning so fast and it happens so fast that, and this is my father-in-law who built huge stadiums, okay? If you guys know the Pittsburgh Pirates, PNC Park, he was the head foreman on that job in that stadium. He helped build a lot of stadiums, a lot of big structures. He was the head of the IBEW here in our area, the electricians. He was a Sparky. But, yeah. Goes to show you, doesn't matter how long you've been doing something, you just relax that one little bit and it fucks you up. You talking about the trim router, Kansas? The one that I got? And I want to compare the skill to my dad's old Craftsman Professional Series miter saw. I'm stealing his Milwaukee stand for the still because he bought it 7 years ago, never opened it. That's okay. And I'm going to tell you, Pat, that skill isn't, for what you're going to use it for, that skill is going to be just fine. I just found a better saw and got no use for it anymore. That's why I gave it to you, brother. I gave Pat my skill 10-inch miter saw, and I gave him the Bosch Freak because he had just gotten batteries for Bosch batteries, and he didn't have any Bosch tools. And I gave them the Bosch Freak so they can mess around with that in some videos. And I gave them my Skill miter saw, 10-inch miter saw. So. Are you talking about the Colt one? The Colt router tools with soles? Because I've been eyeing that Colt router for some time. I was going to get that Colt router from Bosch because it just looks so smooth watching other people use it. But then I found that Metabo one on clearance when I was in Michigan for like 30 some odd bucks. So I didn't end up getting the Bosch one. What up, LFL? Got a miter saw on sale. It was amazing. Yes, it's always amazing when you get stuff on sale. I think the bear likes the Skill miter saw. Of course he does, because Skill paid him. I'm not saying the Skill miter saw is the greatest thing ever. I will say their dust collection is pretty good. That's one thing Skill does really good is dust collection. Like their circular saws, their miter saws, their dust collection is pretty good. And the little lever that comes down to hold the wood in place when you're cutting, instead of turning that cheap thing that's on every other miter saw, this thing actually just has a pull lever that you pull down. And I thought that was amazing. But that was about it. Yeah, Kansas, the Skill rear handle dust collection is the best in the business when it comes to circular saws. There is no other circular saw on the market that collects dust like that Skill 40 volt 7 1/4 rear handle. You know, Sarah, I was looking at that worm drive miter saw, but I just couldn't justify. You know, it looks very interesting, but they want like $900 for it. My DeWalt FlexVolt miter saw is fucking amazing in my eyes. Skill does one thing and only one thing good. That is saws. Yeah, I agree. That little 5.5 inch circular saw fucking dog walks the Ryobi like nothing. Ryobi makes the worst saws of all time. Miter saws, table saws, circular saws, recip saws. Their saws are by far the worst of all time. Yeah, I know the price is very crazy on that worm drive because I was looking at that one at one point. I really was. I was looking at that one. Yeah, but that clamp thing on the Metabo is just some cheap turn one. I'm talking the clamp thingy on the Skill. It's almost like the Festool. They're the only two that kind of have it. It's just a lever you push down and it clamps the wood into place. There is no turning it for 10 minutes or unturning it. It's just boom, boom, pull the lever up and down. It takes literally a half of a second. No, real men who use Bauer brush sleep in a cave and claim to be a bear. They identify as a bear. I identify as a tool squatch, giving the bear the middle finger. That's my identity. Souls, do you like this? This is going to be Tools with Big Josh's channel mascot, the tool squatch. And he's not a happy tool squatch. You see, Souls? He's kind of angry. He's kind of angry. And he's ready to, like, stick an 18 gauge brad nail into the bear's head. You know? No, my identity is not a salad shooter. You may want my identity to be a salad shooter, but it's not. When are you sending shirts my way, Big Josh? Here's the thing. Okay, guys. That does have Rigid's name on it. Okay, we were talking about this earlier. I don't want to get in trouble with Rigid, you know. That's the cornhole finger. Yeah, I do like the tool squatch. Yeah, so do I. I don't want to get in trouble with Rigid and have another cease and desist come my way. So I got to figure out if I can actually do it. You know what I mean? Maybe I email Rigid and be like, yo, I got this cool idea for t-shirts. Do you mind if I make some and whatever? I just want to do it the right way. Yeah, exactly, Kansas. I don't need a fucking major lawsuit coming my way over a t-shirt. So I'll email Rigid and see what they say. I'll kind of feel them out a little bit. If they don't care, then I'll have Christina make up like 50 of them or whatever. That's the cornhole finger. Alrighty. What's my take on Hilti? Overpriced. They make good tools. They do make good tools. But do they make the best of anything? I don't think so. And they're way overpriced. The only thing that Hilti makes sense for is if you're a contractor and you can rent the tools. So that way you ain't got to pay up front for all this tools. You can just rent them monthly under a contract, pay a certain amount of money per tool. Maybe it's $5 a month for that drill, $8 a month for that table saw. And that way you don't got to worry about if somebody steals anything, it's all covered and all that type of stuff. I will say they got a really good warranty. That 20-year warranty where they show up to wherever you're at, if a tool's broken, bring you another one, and that's pretty good. But that's about it. Kansas Tools wants a shirt that he can show off his belly button. All right, Juan, you're getting a little bit weird. Juan finally finished eating the bear's edibles. Oh my God. While you're at it, ask them to make a drywall saw. I hate that Makita is the only one who makes one. That Chinese stuff on Amazon doesn't get in trouble for using brand names. Yeah, but they're Chinese. They're making it in a foreign country. I don't know how all that works, and I'll be damned if I got a major power tool company coming down on my head because of a t-shirt. I went to get something to eat. Anything happened? No, same thing. I'm a salad shooter and don't want to get sued by Rigid. And Big Josh said he loves the bear. The fight is over. Oh no, the fight's not over. It has just begun. Once the bear found out about the salad shooting, he buried the hatchet with Josh. I never admitted anything. What are you talking about? I'm just repeating what you guys are saying. Yeah, he is kind of twisted. Anyone? I actually have two. Oh, God. Bower Brush does not care. Bower Brush sucks a donkey's balls sack. Don't make me have to go get my big-ass Great Dane who's got a sack on him like this. That's what Bower Brush sucks. Rocky's ball sack. I wish I could find a Project Source drill so my brushed M12 can dominate something. I already did that video, Dave. I don't know if it dominated it, but this thing is definitely the worst. This thing is definitely the worst drill of all time. This is an electric screwdriver right here. Okay? This is not a drill. It doesn't have speeds. It is not a drill. It is an electric screwdriver. What'd Jamie say? Shooter McSalad didn't get the love it deserved. Oh boy. You guys do know how to run with shit. I only pick on people I like. You should hear what I say to the ones I don't. Oh, I've heard. I've heard. Yeah, this is a drill. Hold on, guys. When you're trying to chuck something up, it never stops spinning. Look. Look. Watch. Okay, so it stops, right? Look, it never stops spinning. So you can't tighten it. You got to hold this little part. See the thing there? You got to hold this to release it. So you got to hold this tiny little part to release the chuck. So watch, we'll tighten it up again. This is how you have to tighten it, okay? But how do you untighten it? It just keeps spinning. So you got to hold this, and then, it is literally the worst drill of all time. I know, it sucks. Two-piece chuck sucks. I hate it. No balls. Look at their beautiful Project Source battery. It looks like something out of an arts and crafts fucking show, dude. That's how cheap it is. Even the Hyper Tough battery looks better than this. I tell you what, compare this to Hyper Tough is like Milwaukee grade compared to this. No balls. No balls. Hyper shit. Looked like counterfeit Milwaukee. I know, right? It's long. Let's see if it'll stand up. It stands up. Barely. You really think the Snap-on's worse than this? Nope. This thing sucks. This thing is fucking god-awful. I hate this thing. I hate the way it fits in my hand. I hate the clunkiness of it. I hate the two-piece chuck. I hate it all. Turn it into an egg beater? No. Sayer, this is going to be my electric screwdriver because whatever the fuck this thing is definitely not an electric screwdriver. Whatever this junky ass thing is, whatever the fuck this thing is, this is Tactics Dream Drill right here. This is Tools with Tactics. This is his favorite tool of all time right here. You know, so you can take them electrical box panels off real quick. This is his favorite tool of all time. No belt clip. Hold on, I'll put one on for you, buddy. I'll fucking super glue one on for you. You don't need a belt clip with this. It's like a fucking, you put it in your back pocket. That's how tiny it is. Shrews don't have a pile. They use them to put Kia cars together? They sell an 18. See, I haven't been in Target in years. That's another store I hate. I hate Target. A pile of curry? Oh, here we go again. Roosh, you can keep saying over and over again that you have a pile. Trust me, the only pile is the pile that you see, and none of it says Roosh on it, so. Juan, what do you like to eat? Enchiladas? You an enchilada eating motherfucker? Is that what you are? Fucking eating them enchiladas up. Extra saucy. You nasty fucking enchilada eating motherfucker. So? Mexicans don't eat enchiladas? He doesn't eat curry because it'll mess up his Cleveland steamer. Juan uses cobalt utensils. Beef. I'm Puerto Rican, like your other half. I keep forgetting we got like 15-year-old kids in the chat. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this. Jesus Christ. Josh, don't insult Mexicans. He's Puerto Rican. Rice with pork chops. Ugh. Manchiladas extra saucy, boy. Oh, shit. All right, nobody. See you later, dude. My nephew has questions after he watches lives. Tortillas. Oscar from Sesame Street and Juan have a lot in common. He's eating the dogs. He's eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating our pets. I can't. I said that when that shit was going down, I said that phrase over and over again and would crack up laughing after every time I said it. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Exactly, Roosh. How many times has he called me a salad shooter in less than 24 hours? At least 1,800 times? Just because you're an enchilada eating motherfucker with them beef curtains stuck inside. Step on his neck while he's down. No, I'm talking about Juan, souls. I tell you what, with all this talking about salads and enchiladas and beef and tacos and tortillas and empanadas and shit, I'm fucking getting hungry. When you reach 10K, bring Juan on a live with you. You know, I've been trying to find a person on YouTube, okay, to go live with me on Friday nights when I do our scheduled live at 9 p.m. at night. I've asked Caleb Ross. He kind of didn't turn me down, but he kind of said his schedule's impossible to do anything right now. So, but I really wanted to team up with Caleb on our live streams and kind of knock it out of the park. But I don't think it's going to happen. I just think his schedule's too confusing right now, and he's got a lot of stuff going on, so. Listen, y'all, listen. Let me tell you something. I love my wife a lot, okay? I do. She knows nothing about tools. Absolutely nothing. That would be a horrible idea. She would be picking up stuff. She'd be like, oh, look, I got the thingy. Oh, I got the thingy to do the thing, you know? No, I'm good. Christina live. You know, I started this channel to, like, you know, talk to men and, like, do manly things. And somehow my wife has infiltrated that. And now everybody wants to see Christina. Maybe we'll just call it Tools with Christina. If she's a natural, you'll be as big as the bear by Saturday. All right, maybe we'll bring her on. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes either. But I don't know what she would talk about. I tell you what, she could talk about that laser engraver. She's been having fun with that. She's been up there laser and shit all day long. She loves the thing. What do you guys think about that? Did you guys see the laser engraver I put up last night? Just the short? I think it's fucking awesome. That's what I mean. Like, that's not a cheap tool. That's not a cheap thing. And they're sending me that stuff for free? I mean, I never thought I'd be here in 4 months. No. Definitely not going to be a salad bar one. Let me see. Yeah, my niece. I'm going to be honest, though, I haven't really talked to my niece in a couple of weeks. I got to figure out what's going on with her. That laser is awesome. You can put like a picture. Say like you took a picture of me. No, souls. How about no? How about fuck no? Which you could put like a real life picture in the software for that thing. God, I just called it a thing. In the laser engraver. And it will literally kind of do an outline of your face. It's crazy. Yeah, Alexis was in my video a little while back. Yep, she's got her own tools here. She helps me out. It's just I've been so busy and stuff. I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. If Juan is giving you a hard time, just give his a shout out. Cobalt tools inside Juan. Yeah, Juan, don't make me have to go get a cobalt ratcheting wrench to get you all hot and bothered. You know, hold on, Juan. Ooh, Juan, look at this, Juan. Ooh, you hear the clicks? All right, I know you need 15 minutes. Go ahead, take care of business. Wait, did he say he wants to get Juan hot and bothered? Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I went and got a freak. I went and got a Cobalt $2.99 ratcheting wrench. So that way Juan would get all hot and bothered and leave the chat for about 10 minutes. We talking about, Juan? This is your stick right here. You're Juan the Cobalt. You're Juan the Cobalt enchilada eating ass motherfucker. Cornhole. Settle down before I get my belt. Okay. Seen it too. Tactics. He likes gimmicks, tools. I don't know if this is a gimmick tool. It's a wrench. You can see how much I've used it. I still got the damn sticker on it. Yeah, you ready? You are getting sleepy. Very, very sleepy. You are getting sleepy. Yeah, but you still see it. I like it. Good for breaks. Tactics for sway bars and links. Then if he keeps playing with his tool, Juan is going to send him a marriage proposal. He can send all the proposals he's want. He's going to get him back with a big old fuck you. First class mail. I know what you meant. They are very good for brakes. They are very good for brakes. You know what I've been using for brakes lately, though? I've been using this and the impact stick. I've been using this and the impact stick for brakes. Put it on the lower setting. It's beautiful. Yep. Sure does. How long have we been on for? 120 minutes? Holy, 2 hours? Tactics. It's harder to misspell words when you use voice to text. Yeah, but sometimes that voice texting shit doesn't work all that good. That is a satisfying sound, I'm not going to lie. I do love that sound. All right. We've been on here for far too long talking about salad shooters and Juan's fucking weirdness about ratcheting cobalt wrenches, and I haven't... Oh, there he is. Yeah, we're still talking about salad bars, I guess. So, you know, anything but tools we've talked about here tonight. So we got my salad shooter, Juan's enchilada ass eating, jerking off to a ratcheting cobalt wrench. We got a bunch of Bauer brush comments out there tonight. Tactics doesn't type himself? What? What do you mean he doesn't type? Juan only eats the peanuts out of the salad? Now that's nasty. If I didn't have earbuds, that ratchet would drive my dogs crazy. Pine Tree 29. Hey, Josh. How are you doing? Good, buddy, but you're coming in at the end here. We've been on for over 2 hours. We're getting ready to leave, man. I'm sorry. So what have we learned tonight? Let's see. What have we learned from going live with Tools with Big Josh? We've learned that there is a tool squatch. Okay? We have learned that I am not a salad shooter. Okay? I have also never used a salad shooter a day in my life. We have also learned that Juan eats enchiladas like nobody's business. We've also learned Souls is more deranged than we thought he was. And let's see. What else have we learned? Oh, yeah. Juan really, really, really gets excited when a cobalt ratcheting wrench does this. We hear that Juan's channel has a very bright future. Oh, yeah? This fucking... You guys are nutty. You guys are nuttier than squirrel shit, and I guess that's why I like you. All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. I got to shoot some content. See you later.